Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Faith. So today, as you can see from the title, I'm going to do a book review stroke book summary of Redeeming Love by Francine. It's a very amazing book. It's a Christian fiction book, but I promise you, the moment you pick it up, you won't even notice that you are reading a Christian fiction book. But in this same book, you will be able to experience the immense, powerful, unconditional love of God. So at the beginning of this year, I felt like my life was a bit all over. I felt like my spiritual life was not in order, my prayer life was not on point, and I needed something that would actually put me back on track. So a friend of mine suggested that I read Redeeming Love. So I went ahead and picked the book, and I promise you it was worth every minute I spent. So it's a book that has been written romantically in a novel form, but in it you get to experience something very beautiful in regards to God's purpose and God's plan over our lives. So just to give you a brief of what the book is actually about, the book is about this little girl called Angel, who is the main character. And Angel is born in an adulterous relationship, and because her father does not want her to be born, asks her mother to abort her when she realizes that she is pregnant with her. So the mother refuses and goes ahead and gives back to Angel. And when Angel is born, that relationship between her father and her mother drifts, and so Angel's mother is forced to separate from this man that he thought was in love with her, and they start leading a miserable life. So eventually the mother dies, and now Angel is left alone in the world. So she gets sold into prostitution, and at that tender age of 8 years, she begins serving men in a brothel. So because Angel has seen what happened to her mother, she knows that if you open your heart to love, then you are only opening yourself to trouble, and therefore she closes her heart to love and operates like a robot. She blocks every kind of feeling and builds walls around her, and eventually she becomes this person who bolts feelings inside her. It doesn't matter how she feels, she learns how to block it and every kind of feeling that comes towards her. And when she is in this brothel, she goes through a lot. So along that journey of prostitution, she eventually meets her dad, who comes in as a client. She sleeps with her dad. Her dad does not know her, but she knows that this is her biological father. She goes ahead and sleeps with him, and in that same business, she becomes pregnant, and the owner of the brothel makes her abort. She again becomes pregnant the second time, and this owner of this brothel makes her abort and promises her that she will never get pregnant again. So she becomes barren due to the procedure conducted on her. So she continues with life the way she knows how to live best, and eventually Michael Hosea appears. So Michael Hosea is acting on God's will. He is not here to use Angel. He is here to take Angel home as his wife. But how will he do it? Because Angel is a very highly priced prostitute, and she is heavily guarded. So there's no way Michael is just going to walk away with Angel out of that brothel like a commodity. So eventually things happen, and Angel becomes Michael's wife. And Angel, being who she is, She knows that she is unworthy, she is filthy. All her life she has been a prostitute and she knows nothing else. And here comes a farmer, a man after God's own heart, a very obedient and patient man, wanting her to become his wife. So Angel does not see any connection in that, but what she does not know is that God is looking for her and God wants to work on her. So slowly by slowly, Michael and Angel bond. So it's a very difficult kind of situation, and Angel is restless and she thinks that she is not good enough for Michael owing to her past experiences. So she runs and goes back into prostitution. Michael goes and brings her back home. After some time, Angel goes back and Michael goes again and brings her back home. And after some time, Angel runs away the third time and Michael says that he's not going to go after her again. So he just leaves it at that. What both of them don't know is that God is actually molding Angel into this person that he wants her to become. And when Angel runs away for the third time, she meets this girl and they pray together, and Angel finally opens up an institution to help girls who have been sold into prostitution and are willing to get out and start building a life of their own. Angel becomes totally transformed and goes back to Michael and they start building a family. Now there are a lot of issues that have been addressed in the book, and some of them I have not mentioned because I don't want this video to be too long. This is not a book that I can just sit here and fully bring out the details and the experience that you get when you read. So another interesting character in this book is Paul. So Paul is Michael's brother-in-law, and he knows that Angel was once a prostitute, and he wonders how come Michael, who is a very God-fearing person and a very straightforward man, how come he went ahead and married a prostitute when there are several girls around, girls who are well brought up, well-mannered women who can easily become Michael's wife. So he's very judgmental, and that kind of judgment makes Angel even more uncomfortable. So that is one of the reasons why Angel actually runs away, giving Michael space and time to get the right person for himself. What she doesn't know is that it is God's plan that Michael and Angel should live together. Angel's life is a life full of pain, full of emptiness, disappointment, and so Angel's life is a life full of disappointment, full of pain, but eventually God has a plan that is clearly worked out in order to mold her into this person that he wants her to be. And this simply translates to our lives. So there are times we meet people in life and they cause us so much pain, and then you go back to God and you ask them, if you really knew that this person was going to cause me this much pain, then why did you allow me in the first place to come into contact with them? But at the end of it all, when you look at it, you always see that could be that person was coming into your life in order to build your character or to instill something in you, to give you an experience that you can actually use to help someone else somewhere. So it's not always negative, no matter how painful it is at that particular moment, and we fail to see the goodness in that moment, it somehow works out in the positive in the long run. So that was a very interesting book. I don't think I have ever read such a sweet Christian fiction book ever. It was really wonderful, and I'm just looking forward to read more books from this same author. So if you want to experience some kind of love, or if you want to experience the greatness of God, I would suggest that you just go pick a copy of this book, read it, enjoy. You will feel the sovereign power of God. At some point I just felt angry, at some point I felt sad, at some point I was happy, at some point I felt so empty. I was just walking through the shoes of the characters in the book, and it felt amazing. And one thing that came out so clearly is that nothing that happens to your life, be it a situation, be it a circumstance, or be it someone that you meet along the path of your life, they do not come to your life in vain. There is something that they're coming to do in your life that is actually aligned to God's purpose. So if you are interested in reading the book, do not hesitate. I promise you it's not a boring book, and you will love it. Thank you for tuning in for today. I am glad that you visited my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up to support our work, and I will see you in our next video. Till then, ciao.